Hey everybody, Snake Doc here, and in this box right here we have the Stoeger. It's been returned to me, so we had the shipping label was created for me last Friday, and I was able to get it over to UPS before they closed, and they sent me an overnight label, which falling on a weekend, you know, it skips the weekend. It was delivered to Stoeger on Monday. They shipped it. They had it done and finished, packaged up, and sent back to me Wednesday night, and it came yesterday via UPS. So they didn't return it overnight, but they returned it second day air, which is cool. So it's back, so we're going to unbox and show you what they did to it. So this is going to say here, condition received good, 3 mags grip inserts. I just sent them back everything, the lock and everything. Adjusted the mag well, function checked and test fired, no malfunctions, SRT, whatever that is. I think it's the initials of the tech that did it. So then here's the box, and then inside the sleeve, when I opened this up, there was also this form here, and it's a generic form, but it just says, here's the certified gunsmith. His name was Nate Talley. Benelli wants to thank you. The steps that were done to repair: received, evaluated, repaired, inspection, check for function, test fire, verify repairs are complete, firearm cleaned and oiled, and returned shipment, and then carefully boxed and returned. And then here's all their info, and then they want me to just scan the QR code or go on and do a survey monkey to say how their service was. So obviously I inspected this yesterday when I got it. I just wanted to see how it functioned, and it does drop the mags free now. And I gotta see if I got a flashlight right here, because I want to show you guys the inside of the mag well. So, let's see. Let's get it out of the bag. Okay, so here it is. We have a magazine in it right now, so I'll show you. And there's one, here's 2, and here's the 3rd. So they are all dropping free now, which is great. Let me hang on. I'm gonna step away from the camera and see if I got a flashlight right here. Well, I guess we're gonna have to try it. Oh, let's see, here's the 3rd one. No, that one's dead. Jeez, Pete, all these are dead. Dead. Okay, let's see if we can do it with a lighter. There you can see the inside of the mag well. See how that's all scraped? And there's some rough spots right there. So basically all they did, there you can see on that side too, was they burned down or melted down or filed down or sanded down that ridge that was dragging on the mags. And you know, I could have done this myself easily and probably even cleaner than what they did, because I don't know if you can see, they kind of banged up the frame a little bit when they did it. You can see he kind of was a little hasty with whatever, but it's a mag well, so it's going to take a beating from reloads anyway. And then I noticed that on like some of the mag bases, they kind of nicked these up a little bit. So I don't know if they were dumping these mags on concrete. But why won't that focus? So there they kind of beat up the edges on some of these. This one doesn't have anywhere on it, so maybe they didn't even use that one. But I wanted them to do it because I want them to be aware that they're shipping these guns, and majority of these, or I don't know about the majority, but there's definitely a good amount of them that have this problem, because I've seen it on several reviews of this. So It says they test fired it and cleaned it. I don't know. Maybe they did. The trigger still is extremely heavy. It has an awesome brake on it, though. It brakes a little bit better than the Glock, and the reset is super firm. So I was thinking about this while it was gone from me last week, and I was thinking about there's two things on a Glock that influence the weight of the trigger pull, and one would be the connector, which I have some Glock internals right here. So the connector is this piece right here, and then that ramp right there, that when the trigger bar is forward, it rides down on that ramp before it drops. You can see how it glides on that surface, and then the searing surface, which is the back of the cruciform right there, that drops off the striker and releases it. So the angle of that slant piece right there that I'm pivoting on, that's one. The spring has nothing to do with it because the spring is assisting this going backwards. So you can forget about that. So it's number one would be the angle of that connector, and number two would be the striker spring weight itself, because you're retracting the striker back before it slides off and then it fires. So if you have a heavy spring on that striker that you're trying to build tension on, that's going to give you a heavy trigger pull, and that's why they sell reduced power striker springs. I have an extra Glock factory striker spring here that when I detail disassemble this, I'm going to compare it to this striker spring and see. Maybe I can switch them out and see. But when I detail strip this, I want to see the difference in the angle of the connector. This is a factory connector on this. I've polished this trigger bar, and that's kind of what I plan on doing to this too. I want to fire it first though. I want to shoot it. I'm going to shoot probably like 30 rounds, 10 rounds in each of the 3 mags in the backyard today. And then I'm going to take this apart and do the trigger job on it and show. But somebody requested that I shoot it before I do a trigger job on it. So here, you know, this is the Glock factory extended. What I did is I just took apart the polymer 80 frame and then the 3 pins. So when we take this one apart, the 3rd pin on this is behind the back strap. So when you pry that little clip out right here, which I'll do that for you right now. So you just find the little groove on there, and then you pull this clip out. This is the clip, and then the back strap comes right off, and you can see there's a little tab there that interfaces with a slot that's cut right here. So similar to M&P. And here's going to be our 3rd pin. This looks like it's a steel pin, a steel roll pin, and that's going to hold on the back end of the, it would be like this. So it'd be the frame pin that would be right there. And then your other 2 are going to be, you know, this one holds tension down on the spring for this, and then this is the trigger pin, which holds the circle hole on this, and then the trigger itself, the top pin on the trigger. So I'm going to leave this video at this, and then what I'll do is I'll shoot this today, and then the next video for this, we're going to tear this all apart, compare it to the Glock internals, and we'll do a trigger job on it. Okay, so as far as we go with the repair, you know, you can't really complain about, it didn't cost me a dime other than gas to get to a UPS drop box, which is on the way to many places in town anyway. So, and then you know, they paid for the label, they paid for the shipping, they paid for return shipping, and the mags drop free now. So what else can you ask for, I guess, right? So I'll probably do that survey, and then we'll do some more follow-up videos on this. So thanks you guys for staying tuned to the channel. Always shoot safe.